Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are. This is your host, Sleepy Bull, and I'm here with another episode of Wave Watch. And for today's episode, I just wanted to do a slight review of the Bitcoin price action, along with the trend. I like to basically label these as, trend analysis videos. And it's a good idea to sometimes zoom out and have a good perspective on what the trend is without, getting too muddled into the Elliott wave perspective here. Usually it's important to do your waves according to the trend. Of course, there are certain instances here where the waves, the trend can be in one direction, but the wave is against the trend. So I guess that's the main highlighting point of wave theory, where you can see the major turning points of the market, though that is sometimes hard to figure out. But yeah, let's just start with, the 2 week. For starters, my favorite chart is the 2 week, just because it gives you a more, a grander perspective on the market. I like it to the analogy of an eagle flying high above the clouds. You just see where the market is headed and whatnot. And so, yeah, this gives you excellent perspective. But, for now, I will stick to the 1 week and see where we are short term. As you can see, back in 2023 in February, we got a buy signal on the EMA crossovers, and our super trend logged in, or rather January 2023, logged in a buy signal, and we've been in an uptrend ever since, and this can be akin to, it's been an 86% uptrend so far. This can be akin to what happened in the pre-halving here, which you also had like similar. If you take it to the top, it's a 141% move. But if you take it to the mid, it's like a 91% move. So we've had a similar uptrend, roughly. As I've said before in the prior videos, wave theory suggests we have another dip down here, and as we have a doji candle here, very bearish. We have a similar drawdown of 72%. That will put us in from the mid, 72%. That'll put us at the 12K region, which is roughly where we expect, according to wave theory, the major high probability bottom. So yeah, if we follow exactly as the prior cycle, we should be having the same drop to the same level. But otherwise, this trend here is green and it's good. So boys and girls, I would not bet against the trend. If you are in a trend following approach, stick to it. It's the best thing there is. You can do wave theory, predict against it, but again, some calls on wave theory were wrong depending on the count. But yeah, if we do stick to the bull count, the trend does not die. If we decide to go with the bear count, it's time for a drop down. The risk to long right now is not that bad. So if you don't mind risking a 6% downside for whatever upside you have left, that's not a bad idea. If you could short, this is what you're leaving on the table. If you short wave theory, this is what you're leaving on the table. Now, once we do have a crossover on the super trend And just for perspective, this is my super trend indicator for the 2 ATR here. Once we do get a sell signal on the super trend, that is a major turning point, and I will be shorting here. But again, we have not received a short signal here. Now we can go a little bit more short term here on the 3-day. Even the 3-day seems very bullish. So let's see if it holds. But otherwise, we did have a projection. This does look like distribution. The bear case plays out, we will be repeating 2019 if the bull case plays out. And it seems to be holding well. We could be going further. Another point for trend analysis to note is that we have the MACD above the 0 line. That's historically an important signal, you know, especially on the monthly. It's above the 0 line, so that's a very positive trend indicator. Of course, at the top, it was above the 0 line also. But, you know, we had that to indicate to us when the trend ended. So, you know, technically speaking, this is the first. The trend ended here, which coincidentally was very close to the bottom. But again, like I said, we'll see. We'll see. This monthly trend could stay in a positive direction for months to come. You never know when the trend will end. You never know. It could be abrupt. You can have a news catalyst. And there's something to know also, usually in wave theory. This here was a news catalyst. And it marked a wave 2. You won't know when the wave 2 news catalyst will hit. You won't know. This was a flash crash right here. So that's all I'm saying, guys. You don't know if we have another news catalyst here, have a flash crash, begin the downtrend here. So you never know when the trend ends. So yes, you can do your wave theory, but don't bet against the trend until it changes. Let's look at another coin here. Let's look at ETH. ETH is also in a very good trend. Very good uptrend, you know. I would not short this just yet. I was looking at the altcoins compared to ETH, and it looks like a lot of altcoins are rotating into ETH right now. You have the momentum positive. You have MACD above the 0 on the monthly. It's looking great. So I would not bet against ETH right now. It could go for a run. For sure. Yeah. And the bull count here would be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then wave 3 to the upside. Let's see here. Let's look at Ethereum Classic. This one was a darling of the last bull market. We just got a buy signal here not too long ago on the super trend and on the EMA crossover. So it's not a bad long right now per se, and we're above the 0 line on the MACD. So the trend is good despite this. Now, what has me concerned, we'll go to the total 3 here. We are expecting a news catalyst. Total 3 trend is good, just turned green a few weeks ago. What has me concerned here though is the stochastics on the 2-week. It's just turned red. Historically, after the stochastic on the 2-week turns red, you have a multi-month sell-off, multi-month sell-off, multi-month sell-off, again, multi-month sell-off. So I expect all altcoins to have a multi-month sell-off, even though, you know, the trend just turned green a few months ago. So that's what has me a little bit worried about the alts. Though the trends look great, that does not mean that they will maintain their bullish appearance. Also to note on the 1 week for the total 3, let's take a look here at the candles. We have a doji here. On the 2-week, we have a doji. That candle does not look good at all. Yes, these crossovers look amazing. They look amazing. Don't get me wrong, but look at that. I wouldn't bet against the trend though, but just caution. If you do want to long alts, stick to a strong stop. If you're a buy and hold, just hold. Not financial advice. None of this is. This is education, entertainment. Yeah. Then it's total 2. Same doji. To note, had a similar doji and a similar doji here prior to the crossover and then collapse. So maybe markets will repeat. We do have a strong base here. It just remains to be seen right now. It just remains to be seen. The trend is great. Trend is great. It will take a lot to break this trend apart. So it's best to stay bullish until the trend says otherwise. That's my official opinion. And again, this is not financial advice. Sleepy Bull out. Thank you guys for watching.